What is up, beautiful people? I'm here, Plaza de España, hitting a little Wisdom Wednesday action. Coming to you guys today with some optimism. Today's topic is optimism. Last week, I talked about doing things sooner than later, and kind of getting after it, and what is our aim? What are we aiming for? And so today I want to speak on optimism and how we can use an optimistic, a joyful attitude to more efficiently, sooner than later, reach a more beautiful life for ourselves and for everybody else. Because life is so much about perspective. It's so much about perspective. And when you look at the world, when you choose, because it's a choice, when you choose to view the world in a more positive light, when you approach the world, when you approach life and other people with a more joyful, peaceful, loving attitude, you get that in return. You kind of reap what you sow. And now, of course, there are difficulties in life. That is for certain. I think we all understand that. Some more than others, certainly. But to be optimistic, to choose to be joyful. There's a song by For King and Country, which is a Christian duo, that's called Joy. And the whole point of the song is about choosing to be joyful, right? Because it's a choice. Everything that we do in life is a choice. Are we going to choose to be so distraught by, say, a political outcome or a natural disaster or relational tension, right? Or a lack of personal progress, whatever it may be? Are we going to allow those things to hold us down and to tell us you can't do anything? The devil or whatever, the bad voices saying you can't do anything about this. Oh, it's going to be so horrible now. It's all your fault. Why didn't you do more? Why didn't you try harder? Oh, well, there's no point anyway. Life is horrible, and it always has been, and it always will be. That's what the enemy wants us to think, right? But we got to be like, nope. I'm going to stay joyful. I'm going to stay content with what I have. And then the biggest aspect of staying joyful, staying content, at least in my opinion, is to be thankful. To explain this the best, most accurately I can, I think I'm going to try and focus on two different things. The first is how we see the world, and well, I guess that's kind of all of it, right? Perspective is everything, that's kind of what I said. But how we see the world and what we're aiming for, what we're focusing on, right? Because the difference between optimism and pessimism is what you focus on, how you see things, right? Glass half full, half empty. Which one? Are things, do we hope that things are going to get better? Do we have a feeling that things are going to get better? Or do we have a feeling that they're going to get worse? It's the difference, right? Either way, I'd say one of the biggest parts of being content, being happy, being joyful, being loving, joyful, peaceful, being fruitful, right? Fruits of the Spirit. Let's do a little review here. What we got? We got love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. But to be thankful, to be grateful for what we have, to look upon this life and be like, wow. Wow. I mean, you look at this stuff and you're like, holy dang. How much work we people have done together to make this world a better place, to make it a more beautiful place. And at this point in the video, I want to give a shout out to my cousin Vaughn. He's freaking awesome. I hope he's watching this video. I'm sure he will at some point in time. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to my cousin Vaughn, because he is one of the most joyful, energetic, loving, kind, just like positive people I know, and he's awesome. Despite the challenges that he has faced in this life, and he's just always been so loving to others and joyful, and so I just want to give a shout out to him for that reason, yes, one, but also because Plaza de España, there was part of a Star Wars movie filmed here, like in this little strip, or maybe not that one exactly, but like one of these little strip things here. I don't know which Star Wars movie it is exactly, so please don't be too mad at me for that, but that was just something that came to mind. I love you, Vaughn. You're awesome. Stay cool. Keep being yourself. All right, back to the main point. Being optimistic and being thankful, being joyful. You get your groove on, you know what I mean? Like standing up and like doing a little dance, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just messing around. I'm trying to be entertaining. I gotta stretch though, for real. So, yeah, staying optimistic, staying joyful, because there's some stuff that comes about in life and it's like, freaking dang, man, freaking heck, that is not how I wanted that to go. I wish I did something differently. I wish this person did something differently. I wish a country did something differently. I wish Mother Nature did something differently, right? We wish like, oh man, why did it have to be that way? Freaking heck, why did it have to be that way? And while we have to keep a realistic kind of perspective about it, it's so important and to be aware of, like, you know, yeah, things do suck sometimes, but despite the suckiness, I hope you falling in love with you. Okay, there's someone that's playing music over there, so that's the song that they're playing. So hopefully you guys can kind of hear it. By the way, I gotta wrap up this video, for real. What was I saying? Despite the suckiest crap, gotta try and stay optimistic. And yeah, as I say in all these videos, yeah, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm talking to me, really. I mean, I'm looking at the camera and I just see myself, and I'm like, and obviously I see you guys too, but like physically the only person I see is myself. And so like I'm trying to, yeah, we all struggle with these things. We all struggle with being joyful, thankful for what we got, and focusing on the good things, because when we focus on the bad things, they can kind of hinder our progress and ability to work together or connect with other people. And so that's just why it's so important to focus on the positives and to point out the positives, because sometimes it's so hard for us to see them or for other people to see the positives. So it's just so important to point that out and to highlight that which is beautiful, which is great, you know what I mean? And of course there's the other half of it too, like we gotta address the issues at hand and try and make this world a better place, you know, clean up the world. Pollution, that's a big problem. Pollution, right? Or like polarization, other problems, war and stuff. Like, yeah, we got to be aware of those things and be like, all right, how can we fix these issues? But the way to fix the issues part of fixing it is to be optimistic, is to be joyful, to see the good in ourselves, in other people. That would probably stop some of the war, is being like, you know, how can we work together? China and America, yeah, we're different, but like, how can we work together? What would happen if China and America worked together to try and like save the planet and do some like environmental stuff? You know what I mean? And then like with pollution, I guess, just being thankful for what we have, or like the wealth inequality, the wealth gap, being thankful for what we have and giving to those who don't have as much, right? Give to the needy and fund institutions that assist those of lower status, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just rambling, but it's the truth. It really is the truth, and I believe that in the deepest part of who I am. That is the truth. That's what I believe. That it's good to be optimistic. It's good to be joyful. I mean, it's scientifically proven. Optimistic people live longer. They don't die from premature causes nearly as often, and they're just more happy because they're focused on the good things. So, and of course, there's a balance to it, just like there is everything. There's always a balance to it. But I think what we need is some more positivity, some more joy in this world. What do you say? Let's go! Yeah! Come on! Alright, well, that's about it for me. I hope y'all gleaned some helpful things, a good word from this video. I know I sure did, because I got to hear this stuff too, honestly. And it's just so great to be able to speak to you guys, you know. It's just so much fun. Okay, all right. I got to get going. I got to let you guys go. It's been a decently long video. I got to cut these down because attention span is something to be aware of. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Stay cool. Peace and love.